Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, and good day to each and everyone. So, for today's videos, this would be our first videos in our final coverage. Okay, so as you can see here, this is week 8, but since suddenly they suddenly scheduled our prelim midterm exam exactly on week 8. Okay, so I decided to have this module na lang as our week 9 lecture. Okay, so ibig sabihin nun, this would be our first lecture in this final coverage. Okay, so please refer on it. Okay, so in here we are talking about here the Fourier sine and cosine transform. No, so last time we talked about the Fourier sine and cosine integral. Okay, sine and cosine integrals or Fourier integral. Okay, so well, basically these types of transformation, okay, is just an application of Fourier integral. Now where can we apply this one? Now we can actually apply this transformation, okay, in signal where that signal or variation of signal is a function of time. So usually, no, since no mahirap sa atin na i-handle yung mga signals that is varying with time. Okay, varying with time. And usually pa nga yung mga signals na yun is not continuously varying. Minsan may mga discontinuity at saka may mga parts na hindi sila um, uh, reliable enough to find out the configuration of that signal. So we need this transformation. Okay, we need this transformation. So ang ibang mga transformation actually usually na mga ina-apply natin is yung, for example, yung Laplace transform, no, yun. So kasali yun sa mga application ng transformation from time integral or from time signal into frequency, okay, signal. So that's why we need this transformation. Okay, but in here I just have to introduce to you the way of how to transform, no, but the application regarding the its application regarding on time varying signals, I will let you to find out about that one. But take note that this is actually a useful components on how to simplify the different types of varying signals. Okay, okay, so meron tayong Fourier cosine and sine cosine transform. So as you can see here, no, Fourier cosine transform has a formula of if meron tayong has a formula of f of x is equals to integral of a of w cosine of a of w cosine of wx dw integrated from 0 to infinity. Okay, from 0 to infinity, where a of w is equals to 2 over pi integral from 0 to infinity of f of v cosine of omega v dv. This a of w is yan actually yung cosine or yan yung cosine integral natin. So ibig sabihin nun, we have to apply this cosine Fourier integral to find out the transformation of a signal, given signal into a Fourier by using Fourier cosine and sine transform. Okay, so yun. So we still need the previous topics that we have already learned. Okay, so yun. So namely we said a of w is equal to square root of 2 over pi f of a of w. Okay, where f of a of w is yan yung formula natin exactly for Fourier cosine transform. So we have here square root of 2 pi square root of 2 over pi integrated from 0 to infinity of f of x cosine of omega x dx. Okay, so yan. So, um, no? Okay, so yun. So, ito naman yung sa, wait lang. Okay, so this would be in terms of frequency. Now, f of e of w cosine of omega x dw. Okay, integrated from 0 to infinity square root of 2 over pi. Okay, so yun. So this would be, ito naman is for sine transform naman. We have here f of x is equals to integration of b of w sine of omega x dw from 0 to infinity, where b of w is given by sine integral or Fourier sine integral na b of w is equals to 2 over pi uh, integral of f of v from 0 to infinity of sine integral of f of v sine of omega v dv from 0 to infinity. So similarly, we have to introduce some variables, which is p of w is equals to square root of 2 over pi f of w, no, for simplification. So therefore we can say that b of w is, or f of a of w is equals to square root of t over pi integrated from zero, integration of f of x sine of omega x dx from 0 to infinity. Okay, so ito yung Fourier sine transform natin. Okay, so therefore f of x, balik ta rin lang natin tong integration na to. So we have f of x is equals to integration f of x equals to square root of 2 over pi integrated, or integration of f of s of w from a sine of omega x dw integrated from 0 to infinity. Okay, so as you can see here, the notation is, now for simplification of the notation, we have here the Fourier cosine transform of e of w, f of x is given by this f of e. So ito, uh, f of e. So f of e. Saan ba yan? Ito yan siya. Ito yan siya. Okay? Yan. F of e. Saan nga ba yung 1a? Okay. Dito. Ito. F of e. Ito yan siya. Okay? Then, for sine naman, no? For your sine integral or for your sine transform of given f of x, okay, is given by this f of s, or this one, this formula here. This formula here. Okay? So, yan. So, then its inverse Fourier transform is given by this one here. So baliktarin mo lang itong integral na to, at saka yung sa 1a, baliktarin mo lang, so makukuha mo yung inverse niya, inverse transform. Okay, so basahin na lang natin tong examples na to. Okay, so linearity and transform of derivative. So madali lang din naman din siya. It's just that the application of Fourier transform, no, of function that is linear. Okay, so pag sinabi mong linear, no, they have the same degrees, no, in all terms. So all you have to do is to just to apply an Fourier integral application. Okay, a Fourier transform application by terms. Okay, so yun. So basahin na lang din natin siya. So meron tayong cosine and sine transform derivative dito, saka nandito rin yung proof. So basahin na lang din natin siya. Okay, itong Fourier cosine and sine transform derivatives, we use these methods, no, given this formula for a and b, okay, to find the derivative of given transformed function, no, or Fourier transformed function. So yung naka-transform na function na in terms of w or in terms of frequency, we can actually find its derivative using that function, no, without knowing the without knowing its equivalent f of x, by just applying this formula. Okay, na formula 4 na to. Okay, so meron din tayong example dito, so basahin na lang din natin siya. Okay, using that application, okay, or using that formula 4. Okay, so as you can see here dito sa example na to, yun, meron tayong given na a of x, and mayroon siyang equivalent na fn of x. So we can actually find its f of x, no, using that formula. Okay, so yun. So if you have any question about these topics, you may just have to ask it to me right before the final exams. Okay, um, by the way, kindly answer and submit to me the provided quizzes and activities on our modules, instructional materials, kasi included yun siya sa recorded na mga activities natin. Okay, so once again, if you have any question,